Yeah. All right, guys. So, as you know, you see what's going on in Guyana and Venezuela, and the situation. I mean, it's a lot, man. All I can say is let's hope for a peaceful resolution. But I'm going to play a clip on this one because this is I do not own the rights to this video, but this is just to help give us more understanding of what's going on. So I'm gonna play a clip of they're giving you a short clip, maybe a couple minutes, where they're giving you the breakdown of how Guyana own this portion of land. So give me a second, guys. Let's go in straight into it. All right, so let's dive into it, guys.
The complex history of the Guyana-Venezuela border dispute. Welcome to our animated journey through the intricate history of the Guyana-Venezuela border dispute. In 1899, an international tribunal ruled in favor of Guyana, establishing the border along the Essequibo River. The dispute traces its roots back to the 19th century, when Venezuela and Britain, controlling Guyana, clashed over territorial claims. Fast forward to the 1960s, Guyana gains independence, and the Geneva Agreement is signed, initiating a process for peaceful resolution under the UN's good offices. However, tensions persist as oil and natural resources are discovered in the disputed territory, fueling diplomatic tensions between the two nations. In 2015, a UN tribunal is established to settle the maritime boundary dispute, but Venezuela rejects its jurisdiction over Guyana's case.
Venezuelan Foreign Minister Jorge Arreaza, speaking on behalf of the national government and the Venezuelan people, rejected the decision of the International Court of Justice regarding the dispute over the Essequibo territory.
Venezuela rejects the infamous decision of the International Court of Justice. Contrary to the spirit of 1966 Geneva Agreement, the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela has learned of the ruling of the International Court of Justice, read at the hearing by video conference today, December 18, 2020, in relation to the unilateral claim filed by the Cooperative Republic of Guyana against the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela on the validity of the 1899 arbitral award.
What Venezuela seeks by way of this so-called referendum is a license not only to break the law, but to crumble it to bits. A license to violate and destroy Guyana's fundamental rights as a sovereign state. After the hearings of November 14th and 15th, Guyana is confident that the court has understood its petition and that within a short time it will issue an order directing Venezuela not to take any of the actions for which it seeks the endorsement of its people on December 3rd.
Today, efforts for resolution continue through diplomatic negotiations and appeals to international bodies. However, the dispute remains unresolved.
Today, or we share the word, the positive word, that we are going to get through this together. Together, we are going to get through this. And we are going to reassure person that Guyana, the entire Guyana, Essequibo belongs to Guyana. Essequibo belongs to us. And we are going to continue to speak positive into our school population as well as the population at large to ensure that persons understand that together we are going to get through this and with the help of God Almighty. Amen.
Well, guys, as you see, man, we see where they basically give us a little dispute explain of the complex history. So more and more we're going to dive into this, and we're going to learn more and more. I'm going to try to share as much as I can with you guys, and don't forget to leave in the comment section if you have any question, or if you have a video I want to talk about, or if you have some information, you could also share it in the comment section. But this is really serious, and Venezuela is not backing down at this moment as far as we see. But the both presidents supposed to meet up. I think it's tomorrow. Let's hope that this can get to a peaceful place that everybody could get to fully understanding and everybody get back to normal. All right, let's continue.
The Guyana-Venezuela border dispute continues to impact diplomatic relations and regional stability, emphasizing the need for a peaceful resolution for the betterment of both nations. This script aims to provide a visually engaging and informative overview of the historical events and complexities surrounding the border dispute between Guyana and Venezuela. Thank you all for tuning in. Your support means the world. If you enjoyed this, don't hesitate to like, share.
All right, guys, so as we see what is going on, we got, tomorrow night, I'm going to go live and I'm going to come up with a more deeper history of Guyana and Venezuela. So we could talk even more about it, because Guyana is basically very close to Venezuela. I think both of them is boundary with each other. And it's really getting serious now, because as we see, Venezuela president is trying to claim a portion of this land. So guys, this is another video I'm bringing to you. I'm hoping that this video could motivate you guys. I'm hoping that we could get conversation in this comment section. But welcome to Caribbean Culture and Lifestyle. And let's continue this, man. Listen me, guys, for real, this is really serious. This is really serious. And like I keep saying, wherever there's oil, there's gold, there's mineral, these are the things that happen. These is the things that come by. All right. Let me see this one here. All right. So I'm going to run another video that's going to give us a deeper understanding of what's really going on. All right. So we're going to run this another video, guys. All right. All right. Present. All right, let's watch this video, guys. Please leave your comment in the comment section. Let's talk about this. All right.
We have taken the first steps in a new historic stage of the struggle for what is ours. These were the words of Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro in his speech to the nation following a referendum, which took place on the 3rd of December. The vote was held to gauge the mood of Venezuelans over Caracas' territorial claims to the Essequibo region of neighboring Guyana. 95% of voters backed efforts to take control of the Essequibo. The Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela claims that it is entitled to control 70% of the territory of the neighboring.
70%, I mean, that's a lot. 70% is a pretty lot. All right, let's go on.
Republic of Guyana. The referendum has been preceded by increased activity by the Venezuelan military, and a higher level of readiness by Brazilian troops, who have relocated to the disputed territory. The Americans and British, on the other hand, are preparing Guyanese forces. All the signs point to an invasion being a viable scenario. The Essequibo dispute dates back to the era of European colonization, but there are many more motives for its resurgence. At stake are billions of dollars from Guyana's natural resources, an internal electoral showdown in Venezuela, a regional balance of power, and a global rivalry. The latest news is that Maduro has announced the unilateral annexation of the Essequibo by Venezuela. So let's take a look at the Essequibo, where the specter of invasion looms. On the map. Consider leaving a like if you enjoyed the video to aid the algorithm. The dispute over the Essequibo region, also known as Guyana Essequiba, has been going on for more than 180 years. The 160 square kilometer region, slightly larger than Greece, lies west of the Essequibo River. For decades, Caracas has marked the Essequibo as a contested territory on its maps. Let's not forget that we are talking about more than 70% of the territory of a neighboring country. Nevertheless, the Venezuelan claims are not completely out of the blue. To look at the issue in more detail, we need to go back to the period of colonization. First under Spanish and then Dutch control, the British finally incorporated the Essequibo into their empire in 1814 through a treaty with the Netherlands. However, the treaty did not clearly define the western border. On the other hand, both Gran Colombia, which gained independence from the Spanish Empire in 1819, and the Republic of Venezuela, which separated from Gran Colombia in 1830, had a clear position on the border with British Guyana. Each should follow the Essequibo River. The discovery of gold in the Essequibo in 1840 brought British attention back to the area and formalized British action. In 1835, Robert Schomburg, a German explorer working for the Royal Geographical Society, undertook a botanical and a geographical survey of British Guyana, on London's request. The result of these surveys was a concept of a boundary which, according to Schomburg, corresponded to the western boundary of the lands claimed by the Dutch and later the British. The British therefore opted for a border drawn along the Schomburg line, which added some 80,000 square kilometers to the territory. Venezuela rejected the new borders and called for US intervention. And so Washington pressured for international arbitration of the case in 1865. 34 years later, the Paris arbitration ruled in favor of the British and established the Schomburg line as the official border. In the mid-20th century, however, revelations surfaced that suggested a possible conspiracy. The British were said to have secretly collaborated with a Russian lawyer, Friedrich Martens, who had been a judge in the 1899 trial that resulted in the Essequibo falling to the British Empire. Venezuela annulled the decision in 1962 and reported the irregularities to the UN. Although the UK refused to review the accord, negotiations began that led to the Geneva Agreement of 1966, which is still in force today. This agreement essentially supported the status quo, recognizing Venezuela's territorial claims and instructing the UN to seek a solution. In 2018, Guyana appealed to the International Court of Justice in The Hague, the UN's main judicial body, to resolve the territorial dispute. But Venezuela rejected the court's jurisdiction to settle the dispute. Yet the court has since ruled on the case 3 times. In 2020, recognizing its jurisdiction. In April 2023, rejecting Venezuela's request to involve the United Kingdom. And on the 1st of December 2023, 2 days before the referendum in Caracas, it ordered Venezuela to refrain from compromising the regional status quo until a final decision had been made on the matter. Shortly after the Hague Court's decision, Venezuelan military units displayed banners saying Essequibo is ours, calling for the annexation of the Essequibo region to Venezuela. Nicolas Maduro, meanwhile, accused Guyana of posing a, quote, serious threat to stability and peace. On the same day, Defense Minister Padrino Lopez declared that Venezuela would, quote, march against imperialism in Guyana. Fear is growing and the specter of invasion hangs over Guyana. So let's now look at the strategic situation. The Venezuelan armed forces consist of three traditional branches: Land Army, Navy, and Air Force, all with a strength of around 130,000 soldiers, supplemented by the National Guard and the Bolivarian militia. It constitutes a reserve of 3 million citizens with limited military training, used as a repressive force by the socialist Maduro regime. Venezuela is the only country in the region with medium and long-range air defense systems, including Russian-made S-300 and Buk M2 batteries. With these capabilities, Venezuela can effectively control its airspace and deter any Latin American air force, including Brazil. Additionally, the Venezuelan army has several hundred artillery pieces, mainly OTO Melara M56. What's more, nearly 200 Russian T-72 tanks and obsolete French AMX-30 tanks. Venezuela also has 200 BMP-3 and BTR-80 armored vehicles, recently purchased from Russia. The Air Force consists of a fleet of 23 Su-30 fighters and 16 F-16 fighters, although their combat readiness is unknown due to the US embargo. Air support is provided by a group of just 10 Mi-35 attack helicopters and
All right, guys. So this is information about Venezuela. As always, to do your own research on these information. Okay, this is just for informational purpose. All right, you should always take the necessary to do your own research. All right.
only 3 Mi-26 transport helicopters. The state of the Venezuelan Navy is even worse. Caracas has a very limited number of frigates, corvettes, and patrol boats. Its 2 submarines have been decommissioned, and the operational status of its 2 landing ships is unknown. Although Venezuela is not a military power, these capabilities are sufficient to overwhelm Guyana, which has no significant defense capabilities. Guyana spends a minimal 0.6% of its GDP on defense. The result is a poorly equipped and trained force, using outdated Brazilian military technology, such as Cascavel and Urutu armored vehicles, and Spanish VSC M1 armored vehicles.
Most people have no clue that in 2020,
All right, guys. So this is for real, man. This is serious stuff right here. Pretty serious stuff. And all I can say, man, I hope it's get to that place where everyone understand that let's just settle this. So when they both meet together, let's hope that it's settled, man, because this is really serious for real when you really look at it. Okay. All right. Ah, man. Wow. That's the thing, man. Oil, man. Oil hold values, guys. So when you have oil, you gotta look out, man. You gotta look out. You gotta look out. Let me see, Venezuela. Because oil bring riches, man. Oil bring riches. Yeah. Let me see. Oh, bad. All right, guys. I don't want to hold you up too much. I just want to play another clip. But this thing like it been brewing for a long time. like it's been brewing for a pretty long time. Many people ask why no, but to me this was brewing for a very long time. The history of tree English, okay. Wow, guys, wow. Hey, hi. Okay. All right, guys, let's just talk about it for a second. No, the more I'm learning is the more I'm understanding that there's basically it's just like a boundary where the surveyor come out and he draw the line, he mark out the area, and basically this area is yours, this area is your neighbor own, so this is what belongs to you. You cannot go over the boundary line and claim anything. You got to stay within your boundary. So basically, what is going on is people from Guyana understand this because they claim this happened since in 18th centuries. So they understand this is their area. Venezuela, they understand that over their side is their area. But according to what happened, this area that close to Venezuela, like it all have a lot of oil. And we know that oil is valuable. Oil can really boost a economy. So Venezuela, as according to what we get into understand, we just quoting, want a portion of it. And the portion Venezuela looking for is more than half, basically. Guyana decide, no, we're not giving away anything. Guyana plan to give away not a piece of it because the land was cut up in pieces. This belongs to you, this belongs to you. So once that happened, that's how it's supposed to be. I'm saying, just like in your home, they cut up, they survey the land, cut it up. That's your neighbor own, and you cannot go over that boundary. But I guess Venezuela feeling now that the way this cut up a long time ago, and they don't feel it was cut right. They feel like this portion of land is their land. So they decide no. A lot of people asking, why no? Why you waiting now? But guess what? Guyana economy has raised so fast. The claim is one of the fastest rising economy. I think it's in 2022. They raised, I think it's 61%. I mean, that's skyrocket. So maybe, I'm just saying, maybe when Venezuela saw what's going on, Venezuela decided, no, we should be getting a cut of this. So now Venezuela, like they're trying to put up a fight, but according to the article, the UN already stepped in and warned Venezuela not to basically make any move. All right. The next thing again, other countries who invest in Guyana, they're not going to allow anybody to go in to Guyana and cause any problem. These people have big investments, so You know how that. So I personally don't think it will get to that place. I just believe it's gonna get to a place where they settle, and who knows. But I just want it settle and go back. Let people go back to their ordinary life that they could just live. All right. As we know, man, when there's land, where there's land, where there's minerals, where there's oil, that's valuables right there. That's valuables. So this is what's going on. Venezuela feel the entitled to more than half of that. I don't know the reason. Maybe you could do some research. Maybe you could do your own research and find out information. You could always put in the comment section what you think so we all can learn. And, you know, I'm going to be in the comment section as well. So anybody put the comment, I'll respond. So don't forget, guys, give this video a thumbs up. I will appreciate it because I will be bringing more of this information while it comes, so that we could talk about it, because this is Caribbean culture and lifestyle. So we're going to be talking about this until everything's settled. All right. So as always, man, I want to thank you guys for coming out. Thank you for being here. I truly appreciate each and every one. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and let me know what you think. And I'm going to be here tomorrow night again, late night, where we're going to be talking about something, this same topic. All right. The two presidents supposed to meet up, I think it's tomorrow. So once they meet up, maybe we're going to get a more understanding of what's actually happening and what's going to be taking place. But as far as I see, Guyana decide to give up nothing, not a piece of it. And I cannot blame them, but I'm still not going to say too much because I don't know the whole situation. I just know when there's oil and minerals somewhere, it's going to draw attention. And right now, Guyana is rising. You know what? You know what, Sting? I remember years ago when Guyana, I think their money did fall. Their money did fall real low. Maybe the economy did drop, I'm not sure. But their money did fall real low. And this is the value. This is how the minerals is so valuable. Especially oil and gold and these type of things. You see what I'm saying? It's so valuable that it could raise your economy, boost it real fast. Because this is what's going on with Guyana. People was moving out of Guyana. Now Guyana economy raised so high that the claim is one of the fastest economy. All right. So guys, I just want to tell you guys again, thank you all so much. I appreciate you guys. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. See you guys tomorrow. Thank you.